The following is a presentation of The Day.
Windy, warm, and wonderful. Just the kind of day you would want for some championships. Today it is the ECC Tennis Championships, both boys and girls, live from Stonington High School, and all the action is brought to you by Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. All that's good begins with a smile. Well, we're going to have some smiles here today. When you visit your office there at Waterford Dental Health, they're going to tell you your smile is their top priority. Their entire team is dedicated to you, providing you personalized, gentle, and important care that you deserve. So contact them at waterforddentalhealth.com. Here at Game Day, Casey O'Neill and the whole Game Day crew, and we are going to be bringing you live action of the girls ECC championship between the number 1 seeded Sarah Hage of Waterford and the number 2 seeded Grace Duggan of Stonington. It's a rematch from last year, which Hage won in 3 sets, dropping a set to Duggan in something that had not happened all year long. This year, these two have played twice. Both were 3 sets. Both ended in long third set matchups, and we are looking forward to these two doing it again here in the championship. This year we will have a live look-in as well at the boys championship match. Stonington's Tucker Callahan and Brady O'Neill play the singles title there for the boys, and we will have live look-ins throughout. You see there on our look-in cam, we'll find out the scores and keep you updated as to the boys' status as well. I'm going to bring in Mike DeMoro and just talk a little bit about the psychology of this. Your Grace Duggan, last year you did something no one else had done. You won a set from Sarah Hage. Hage going for her 4th straight ECC title. This year, you play her twice. You have 2 matches. They both go 3 sets, but you haven't been able to close the deal out. Psychologically, is it better to have won a set each time? Is it better to have won the first set each time? And psychologically, who's got the bigger mountain to climb? Trying to become the 4-time champion, a perfect sweep of your high school days, or trying to overcome the 3-time champion?
Well, I would rather be, excuse me, Case, the 3-time champion. I'm sorry. Until Duggan beats her, she hasn't beaten her. And I think that no matter how bad things potentially get for Hage in this, she's going to think to herself, "Hey, I've lost a set before. I've been here before. And I can do it again. We'll see." But to me, I'd rather be the champion.
Well, Duggan certainly improved this year off of last year. She's gotten closer each time. Last year, she won the first set 6-3 and then lost 6-2, 6-3. This year, in the first time she played Hage, she won the first set 6-2, but then lost 6-2, 6-1. But in the third time that she played her, she got on top, and it was a 10-8 third set. That's anybody's tennis match. So each time, Duggan's kind of creeped a little closer. We're going to see something historic today. We're going to either see a 4-time champion, or we're going to see an upset and a climbing of the mountain that's been 2 years in the making. And
you're going to hear you're going to hear the kids every time they breathe, Case, because we have the 2 best on-court microphones you could ever want.
We're going to hear everything, so that's a reminder for those folks that when the motorcycle you hear sounds like it's actually driving onto the court, it's really not. It's at the highway way away. Interesting, in the doubles today, both boys and girls feature Stonington in the finals. The top 2 seeds are Stonington teammates, so you're going to see Stonington versus Stonington in both the boys and the girls doubles finals. So since the match is here at Stonington, really right now this court resembles an after-school practice for Stonington and Hage in the Waterford blue.
Whoa, poor George. What does George Krause do? Who does he watch? He's got something on every court.
So first service of the game belongs to Duggan, and we are underway 15-love. Hage as Duggan went long on the baseline shot. Long on the second serve. Second service for Duggan. And that right there has illustrated why Hage is so good. Duggan pounding Hage with furious ground strokes, but Hage taking the pace off the ball and making Duggan continue to rally with her. It's kind of like Hage is the wall, and eventually a forced error, and now it's 30-love Hage. The wind, as you can hear, whipping here at Stonington High School. And last year, as well as their matches earlier this year, Duggan had to change up her approach with those ground strokes. You saw her trying to increase the velocity in it. But it all starts with a service. If Duggan gets that first serve in, she becomes much more difficult to beat. Hage gets very aggressive with Duggan's second serve. You see there Duggan varying her approach, getting to the net, and the unforced error as she volleyed into the net puts Hage on top 40-love here in the first game of the first set. But I like Duggan taking a slightly different approach, mixing things up. If she cannot just do ground stroke versus ground stroke against Hage. Strong first serve. That one sails wide, and your first game belongs to Sarah Hage. It's 1-love here in the first set. They will switch sides. Interesting on the high arcing shot that Duggan hit, it almost bounced over the head of the diminutive Hage. She had to go up on her tippy toes to get it. And our two players, as they will after every odd game, will switch sides and grab a drink of water. It is definitely warm, though I don't know that the players can feel it quite as much with the wind whipping, but it's a very warm day, and we haven't had a lot of warm days here in the month of May in Connecticut, so this is definitely probably the warmest temperature-wise that we've had in the tennis season, and we'll see if that affects the play as the match moves forward. As we mentioned, Tucker Callahan and Brady O'Neill are playing for the boys championship on the court behind us, and we will have live look-ins at their match and updated scores throughout. But here, up 1-love, Hage to serve. And there's the first point of the match here for Duggan as the Hage backhand sails long. Hage working furiously on her serve pre-match. Area of her game that has gotten so much better. Hage sails that one just long, and Duggan quickly up 30-love with a chance, love 30 here with a chance to break Hage right back. beautiful point and rally by Hage. Had Duggan on her, the defensive, for almost the entire point. And Hage does such a beautiful job of varying her top spin, the velocity. Her pace is so good. Not only moving Duggan side to side, but knowing when to take a little off, put a little extra on. Beautiful, beautiful rally. 15-30 with Hage serving. Duggan with multiple break points here in game number 2, and a great job that time of Duggan doing exactly what we just talked about Hage doing. She went to the slice backhand, took a little bit off, and then ripped a forehand right after. 15-40. Serve long, second serve for Hage. What a beautiful shot by Hage. Drops it right on the line. Duggan thought it was going to sail long, and the wind clearly will affect balls in both directions. I think that one got held up a little bit by the wind, but both players trying to do more than just rally. They both need to win some easy points. Otherwise, this becomes an exhausting match. 30-40, break point for Duggan. First service is long. What a beautiful shot by Duggan, and she evens things up 1-1 as they've broken each other's serve to start the match. Duggan got a little break with a ball that skimmed the top of the net and then took advantage of it, ripping a forehand winner. And Duggan will now serve. It appears the wind is blowing into Duggan's serve now, which might actually help serving from this side of the court. So we've seen the far side broken twice. Second serve. And into the net. So love 15. Hage trying to break back after Duggan just broke her. Hage and Duggan with relatively easy matches to get to the final. That's going to sail long. The wind is definitely blowing left to right on your screen. In other words, from Hage towards Duggan, as balls have sailed long that way. And I believe it does help Duggan's serve. I think serving into the wind may actually be a benefit. Long, second serve. Good spin serve from Duggan. And Hage has done a nice job with the lobs that are putting Duggan, because Duggan's such a tall player. It's very easy for her to access the lobs, but a volley from that deep is a difficult shot, and Hage has played into it very well. 15-30. Unusual unforced error from Hage, 30-all. Hage defeated the 5 seed Valentina Sciano of East Lyme, 6-2, 6-love to get here to her 4th straight singles final. Duggan went for the drop shot. Into the net it goes. Break point for Hage, who again just does such a fabulous job of returning everything. Duggan pounding her side to side with ground strokes, just moving her around, and Hage always just finds a way to get it back into play, and eventually Duggan with the unforced error. So 30-40 break point for Hage here in our 3rd game of set number 1, ECC Girls Tennis Championships. Very good serve for Duggan with the ace, and that's going to bring us to deuce here in game number 3. Beautiful backhand winner for Duggan, moving away from the topspin, cutting it just over the net, forcing Hage to sort of lose her footwork. So advantage Duggan here in game 3. First sets have been very kind to Duggan in all 3 of her most recent meetings with Hage, but from there things have not gone her way. Right now, she's on pace to go up 2-1 here in the first set, if she can hold serve. Second serve. Back to deuce. Duggan tried to go back and against the momentum of Hage, who was trying to cover what she thought would be a forehand to one side. Duggan tried to crisscross her and go back the other way and just sails out. Back to deuce. From the doubles match comes over into the singles match court, so Hage takes care of that. Duggan to serve. Just wide on the backhand from Duggan, so now advantage Hage and a break point here in game number 3. Duggan has definitely found some success taking pace off of the ball, mixing things up. Hage just so good at returning pace. What a volley at the net by Hage. Breaks Duggan, and it's 2-1 here in the first set. We're going to get a live look-in over at the boys between Tucker Callahan and Brady O'Neill. Live look-in there. We will update you with a score as soon as we have one. The girls 2-1 Hage. They're switching sides. Callahan, the number 1 and number 2. Callahan got there, beating AJ Rana. Oh, beautiful volley at the net. These two, of course, playing against each other every practice. O'Neill beat Giari Peng of East Lyme. And those two know each other so well, which has got to make it difficult when you practice all day against someone and then you play against them in the final. So we'll get you the score of that boys championship match throughout the course of the match itself. And the winner, we're going to bring you back over to the girls' side of things, where Hage will have the serve, up 2-1 in the first set. Ironically, all 3 service games have been broken. Callahan was up 3-1 in that match with O'Neill. Service long, and second serve for Hage. The forehand wide by Duggan, 15 love Hage. Duggan's backhand goes long, 30 love. This would be a big game for Hage. Give herself a little breathing room here in the first set. Again, as we've said, a set that has typically been dominated by Duggan. That sails long, 40 love, Hage. 3 game points here for Hage. Second serve. And a very uncharacteristic double fault from Hage. So it's 40-15, but she maintains 2 more game points here. Trying to go up 3-1. And that sails long, and there's your game to Hage. And she goes up 3-1 here in the first set, as Duggan will have the serve. For Duggan, who has been fared very well in the first sets against Hage in their matches, this is an uncharacteristic spot for her to be. there you can see the overwhelming power that Duggan can bring. That was a huge forehand-backhand combination that just never had Hage comfortable. Duggan can absolutely overwhelm you. Love, Duggan. Oh, beautiful backhand winner from Hage, 15 all. And I think if for the casual observer, if you were here, you'd see how hard Duggan hits the ball, just pounding forehands, backhands, such pace. Hage doesn't seem to have the same type of game, but returns everything and gets to everything and knows how to take pace off, and her angles are so good. That's why it's a classic matchup between the two. Second serve for Duggan. That sails long. Hage with a quick towel break. Temporarily lost our on-screen scoreboard. We will continue to update you with scores until it reboots itself. Hage up 3-1 here in the first set over Duggan. Hage trying to break Duggan to go up 4-1 and take a very commanding lead here in the first set. 15-40. Double break point. Long second serve. It's got to be frustrating for Duggan, who's used to so much success in the first set, to be in this position right here, staring 4-1 deficit. Double break point for Hage. And a double fault. And that takes Hage 4-1 here in the first set as she breaks Duggan yet again. So no one, Duggan has not been able to hold serve yet. And Hage has broken her repeatedly. 4-1 here in the first set. Hage on top of the number 2 seed, Grace Duggan of Stonington. Hage, of course, going for her 4th consecutive ECC championship. It's a busy day here at Stonington High School. The girls and boys tennis finals, both singles and doubles, and then at 5:30, the Stonington baseball team will be hosting an ECC tournament game versus Bacon Academy right on the other side of the tennis courts. So Stonington is the place to be today. Come on over, watch an ECC event. Got plenty to choose from. It's 4-1. 3-time defending champion Sarah Hage. 4-1 in the first set over Grace Duggan. They have taken their breaks off the odd game, and when we come back to live action, Hage will be serving with a chance to go up 5-1 in the first set. Doubles match left of the screen as you see Hage and Duggan heading back to their respective spots. Hage will be serving in your near court. Duggan will be in the far court. 4-1 Hage. Hage to serve. 4-1 Hage. Another unforced error from Duggan. It is 15-love Hage. I think Hage starting to feel it a little bit here, up 4-1. Chance to do something, maybe get an early first set win. Duggan a little frustrated with her play of right now, trying to figure out a way to beat the champion. And another unforced error from Duggan. 30-love Hage. Second serve. 15-30. I think Hage has a favorite tennis ball. She went all the way to the net to retrieve that one, and I know I would. I won a few points. I'm superstitious. Get rid of that one now as the double fault makes it 30-15. Sails wide. 40-15 to game points here for Hage in the first set. Second serve. Nice crowd here at Stonington High School for this event. And another double fault for Hage, her own worst enemy right now, 40-30. Second serve. And another double fault for Hage, and that gets us to deuce. And you have to ask yourself, is this the little gap, the little break that Duggan has needed? Because nothing has been working for her in this first set. Maybe a little bit of a misstep from Hage, who we see so often, never gives much in the way of unforced mistakes. Hage just taking pace off. And that works to her advantage as Duggan lines it long and out, and advantage Hage. Such a savvy player as Hage. Never giving Duggan the same look twice, whether it's pace, height, distance. Second serve. another double fault for Hage, who's really struggling with her serve in this particular game. It is now deuce again. The wind, definitely a factor here. We said that the serve is with the wind right now, and it's been difficult. Our tent is blowing furiously. But Hage right now is serving into the net. Duggan's backhand sails long, advantage again, Hage. Net and long, second serve. Back to deuce again as Hage definitely struggling from this side of the court. I think the wind has to be in play here because both players have performed better on the far side of the court. So the wind causing some issues, and back to deuce. Second serve. Beautiful rally. Hage wins. A little fist bump. Advantage Hage here. Hage so good at matching pace, taking some off. It's interesting. Duggan on her second serve has the classic big spin serve for her second serve. Hage really doesn't do that. She doesn't change much first to second serve. You would wonder if she would consider just trying to spin one up in here. Advantage Hage. Oh, what a beautiful drop shot by Hage. Right, perfect timing. She's up 5-1 here in the first set. Duggan will be serving to try to keep this first set alive as Hage has put on an absolute exhibition as far as how to just move things around, how to change tempo, how to never allow your opponent to get into a rhythm. And isn't that a story that goes through all sports, right? And whenever, whether it's baseball, basketball, you know, any time there's offense and defense, not allowing somebody to get into a rhythm, never feel comfortable, and Hage masterful at keeping Duggan out of rhythm. Long second serve. Beautiful backhand winner from Hage, 15 love. We're 3-3 in the first set of the boys final between Tucker Callahan, the #1 seed, and Brady O'Neill, the #2 seed, both of Stonington. They're tied at 3 in the first set. We'll have a live look in after this game one way or the other. But here we are, Hage up 15 love. Excuse me, love 15. Love 15, Duggan to serve. That one goes out, and love 30. So Hage inching closer to a first set. Love 30. Long. Love 40. So Hage with 3 break points and a chance to win the first set. Duggan trying to stay involved in this one. Hage definitely feeling that she's right on the cusp of something she has not done. Win a first set from Grace Duggan. Second serve. Drop shot attempt into the net, so Duggan staves off 1 break point. She'll have to do that 2 more times if she's going to stay alive here in the first set. There's your first set, 6-1 in favor of Sarah Hage. A dominating first set performance by the 3-time defending champion. Let's take you over to the boys' side of things. Tucker Callahan and Brady O'Neill. That is Callahan in the near court and O'Neill in the far court. Last time we checked, it was 3-all. Callahan rushes the net off of the drop shot attempt from O'Neill, and a nice volley. And a second one. Tucker Callahan doing some work at the net in the boys' final. We'll keep you here and have a little live look in on this one for a little while, as the first set has concluded in the girls' side of things, with Sarah Hage winning convincingly 6-1 over Grace Duggan. O'Neill and Callahan, the top seeds from Stonington. So we will have a new boys champion, as our defending champion moved on to the tennis academy. All breaks, the defending champion from Fitch. And that one sails long from O'Neill. Callahan seemingly in control here in this game in the boys' ECC finals. Of course, this is just the first of our championship week here on game day. Tomorrow, we will be at Waterford High School for the ECC lacrosse finals. And Friday, we will be at Dodd Stadium in Norwich for the ECC baseball championships. So, lots of action this week on game day, and we'll have all of it for you. And that one sails long there from Callahan. We'll bring it back to the girls momentarily, as we'll be starting the second set with 3-time defending champion Sarah Hage up 1 set to love after a 6-1 victory over Grace Duggan here in first set. Hage and Duggan conferring with their coaches as they will be getting ready to get underway with second set action.
Time, Ed, it's time.
So here we come back to the girls' side of things as Hage and Duggan will start with set 2. Duggan will be in the near court, Hage in the far court to start.
Hi, I'm Coach Portland.
So for Duggan, if she's going to find a way to overcome Hage, it's going to be doing something she has not done, which is come back from down a set.
Correct. Ed, that's correct. We only have one line for this. You want to...
So we do have an official, as you can see on your screen in the orange. So if there's an issue with line calls on either side, the official will weigh in. And of course, tennis being one of the rare sports in high school that is self-officiated by the players, which is I've always thought, a very challenging thing to ask them to make calls while also playing the sport. But one of the great things about tennis, we have seen players make calls that hurt their own cause. Hage to serve. Second serve. Like the first game of the first set, a good rally goes to Hage. 15 love. 15 love. So 15 love. Hage to serve. Winner for Duggan, 15 all. Duggan that time went back to the power, which she is so capable of. Second serve for Hage. Let.
That was a let. That was a let. Let serve.
Okay. Sorry.
Young lady, you have a warning for football.
So a foot fault warning for Sarah Hage and a let serve. So we'll be back. Hage serving. Second serve.
Football.
Foot fault called on Hage. So 15-30 Hage serving. Let serve. First service. And Hage just took pace off of that one, and Duggan fired it into the net. 30 all. stayed behind the line and really just sort of placed the ball in with a little bit of spin and not as much pace. So. And that one's coming right at the official. We're at deuce as Duggan with a powerful forehand winner. Top 1-0 here in the second set. So we'll go over and have a live look in at the boys as Hage goes up 1-0 here in the first set. Callahan remains in the near court in his match with O'Neill. Serving in the far court. And we'll head back to the girls. Duggan serving down a game in the second. Unforced error that time into the net from Hage. 15 love, Duggan. Beautiful day here at Stonington High School. When the wind isn't whipping, the sun is warm. Lovely day. Backhand sails long from Duggan, 15 all. Battle of the backends, won by Hage as Duggan goes into the net, 15-30. Backhand goes wide, 15-40. Duggan sails a forehand wide, 2-0 Hage here in the second set. And Hage can just match you or go directly against you. She can match you pace for pace with the heavy hitting Duggan, or you can take pace off, but it's very, very difficult to get any rhythm against Sarah Hage as she goes for her 4th ECC Girls Tennis Championship. She's up 2-love and serving. Second serve. Love 15 is Duggan trying to stay alive here in this match. 3-0. Being down 3-0 would be very, very challenging. O'Neill leads 4-3 in the boys' final. I like saying that. Second serve upcoming. Of course, Brady O'Neill, 1 L, as opposed to Casey O'Neill, 2 L's. Backhand long from Duggan, 15-30. You can see Hage starting to attack Duggan's backhand a little bit. Staying away from that powerful forehand. By Duggan was beautiful, but a blistering shot from Hage challenges the backhand volley and creates the point. 30 all here in the third game of the second set. So again, Hage, whenever possible, challenging the backhand of Duggan. Second serve. Forehand that time sails wide, and game point here, 40-30. Hage on top, trying to go up 3-love in the second set. Beautiful drop shot from Duggan, and we're at deuce. Hage covers a lot of court with her quickness. Duggan covers a lot of court with both her length and quickness. Interesting to see them challenge each other. That time Hage went power for power with Duggan, and she wins the point. Advantage Hage with a game point. Every time you think you know what Sarah Hage is going to do, she throws you a wrinkle. Second serve. think Mike Demaro would be an excellent ball boy. Next year, maybe, instead of running the scoreboard, we'll have Mike volunteer services as the ball boy. I want to see Mike running out into the net. Another double fault on this side for Hage. Back to Deuce. She struggled previously on this side of the court. For those of you out there who are Seinfeld fans, you remember, of course, Kramer eventually injuring see Mike Demaro spry out there chasing down the tennis balls. Second serve, Hage. Beautiful winner on the backhand for Duggan. And she's got a break point here, exactly what she needed. A beautiful rally. Both players showing their dexterity as well as net play. But ultimately, Duggan with the backhand winner. There, of course, was a ball in the court of play, which play does not stop, so they had to navigate that. O'Neill up 5-3 in the first set. The number 2 seed, Brady O'Neill. The forehand sails wide. We're back to Deuce. Of course, it's been a while since Duggan's won a game. This would be a huge, I think, mental thing for her. It was the second game of the first set last time she won a game. Sails long, advantage Duggan. You know, and much like anything else, when you start getting into a rut like that, you think to yourself, you can't help but think to yourself, like, am I ever going to win a game again here? Am I ever going to get another hit? Am I ever going to make another shot? You gotta, the champions get that out of their minds right away, but it'd be huge psychologically for Duggan. Backhand long from Duggan, and we're back to Deuce. I need duct tape and an anchor in order to keep my paperwork from flying away. I'm just hoping the monitor doesn't sail along with it. Advantage Hage as the forehand sailed wide. Second serve. This has been the side where Hage has struggled. And that sails wide. Hage goes up 3-love in the second set, that time taking all the pace off. And we'll take a peek over at the boys' side as it's now 3-love Hage here in the second set. Over on the boys' side, it looks like they're in the midst of a change as well. It looks to me like perhaps O'Neill may have held on for the first set. We'll see if that's true. Otherwise, it would be 5-4, which would also facilitate a change. So 6-3, O'Neill wins the first set. So we've got a break in the action here on both matches. So we will take a moment and take a look at this past week's Grade 8. It's time for Game Day's Grade 8 Plays of the Week. At number 8, Montville Lacrosse's Kylie Sprang with her 100th career goal and the nifty shovel shot. At number 7, how about some love for the long stick? Spencer Kennedy, East Lyme Lacrosse with the laser goal. At number 6, time for some boys volleyball over at NFA. Keegan Johnson, the outside hitter, gets the nice set and gets the kill. At number 5, Joel Barros, NFA track with the 6'2" high jump. Tying his PR, he's ranked first in the ECCs and 8th in Connecticut. At number 4, NFA's Randy Jimenez. You think he got him picked off? No, look at the Jets. He steals home versus Old Saybrook. At number 3, Dom Zuliani. Fitch baseball with the walk-off against East Lyme. Falcons win 5-4, and Zuliani, oh yeah, he pitched 3 scoreless innings of relief. Celebrate Falcons on the home turf. At number 2, speaking of walk-offs, how about Connor Doyle of NFA capping a 7-0 comeback versus Waterford on senior night. NFA wins 8. Second set action, 4th game action as Duggan 50 in love here in the 4th game. We should make note for those of you at home, the calls that you hear over the microphone are also very likely to be coming from the doubles match on the court that's to your far left on the screen. So, can't always trust what you hear when you're thinking about this match. Duggan to serve. That's a beautiful point right there from Duggan. She goes up 30 love, and I think that might be what a switch that we're going to see from her, where she's been trying to mix things up. She may just try to overwhelm Hage here, try to get an easy game going as she trails 6-1, 3 love. Oh, what a beautiful backhand volley and a little bit of life. Grace Duggan, 40 love here. Like we said, it's been 7 games, 8 maybe, since she's won a game from Duggan. So, excuse me, from Hage. So, Duggan up here, 40 love in the 4th game.
Sorry. I'm on side up. 40 love. Sorry, hit you. Let's go!
You can hear it. Let's go. Duggan fired up. The easiest game of the entire match. And she gets back into it. 3-1 and a little bit of life. That was as flawlessly played a game by either side. And quite frankly, she overwhelmed Hage in that game. The key being brilliant first serves and some nimble net play from Duggan. Hage here now serving on the far court. Chance to go up 4-1. It's going to require some work from Duggan.
Let's go!
Duggan feeling that net game right now with the 4-hand volley winner. Go up love 15. Previous 3-set matches, it's always been Duggan getting off to the good start and holding on the rallies of Hage. Duggan poised for the comeback. Love 30, trying to break back here in set number 2. And it's amazing, like a light switch just flipped with Grace Duggan. Beautiful. Hage, of course, staying in it, 15-30. As the backhand sailed long, and that is the side where the wind is blowing, so any ball in the air there can sail very easily. Winner from Hage, 30 all, and Hage with a little fist pump of her own. In the boys match, Brady O'Neill won the first set 6-3 in his match with teammate Tucker Callahan. Hit that time from Duggan, and now Hage up 40-30 with a game point here in the second set. It's very difficult to say Tucker Callahan and not, though I am in no way making a political statement, say Tucker Carlson. I'm guessing that if I were covering that match, I probably would make that mistake at least once. Second serve. Double fault, and we're at deuce. Mistake from Hage. That's the chances of me saying Tucker Callahan and not either Tucker Carlson or Tommy Callahan would be very slim. I would be calling him. I'd be calling him, and I'd also make very, very numerous brake pad analogies during the course of that match. Hage struggling with her serve a little bit here. Second serve at deuce. Second serve for Hage. Long, and we're at advantage Hage. And I think that Duggan's frustrated by not so much the line calls as she is by the fact that her ball is sailing literally an inch or two long on a windy day. You've got to figure wind factor. Hage does a nice job just getting a serve in. And there's the mistake from Duggan. And it's 4-1 Hage here, a commanding lead after Duggan had a little life. It's now 4-1 Hage, up 6-1 already, looking for a straight set victory here in the ECC Girls Championship. We'll take a quick look in at the boys, as they are in the second set there as well. Tucker Callahan in the near court, Brady O'Neill in the far court. O'Neill won the first set 6-3. With no sound, it's very interesting watching the boys because you only see their actions, and they don't appear to be moving each other side to side quite as much as Hage and Duggan are doing. They seem to be much more content trading forehands. seeing a lot of movement from the girls as both Duggan and Hage have been moving each other all over the place. And if the sound at home sounds like Duggan in particular, but both Duggan and Hage, if it sounds like they are blistering the tennis ball, it's because they are blistering the tennis ball. You have, I guarantee you, however hard you think that Grace Duggan and Sarah Hage are hitting the ball, it's harder than you think. The ball is being absolutely blistered. I imagine the boys are also hitting it that hard, but it's amazing when you hear it off the racket. So Callahan jumped on top in the second set against O'Neill. Of course, Callahan lost the first set 6-3. Callahan is the #1 seed, and he'll try to get back here in the second set. Here we are, a crucial service game for Grace Duggan as she trails 6-1, 4-1, or 1-6, 1-4, as she is serving here. A crucial service game. And this is where Hage, though she may not look it, Hage is a tenacious closer. She has sensed the opportunity, and she is going to try to put away Duggan quickly. Backhand sails long, 30 love Hage. Duggan needs to get something going here to stave off an impossible hill to climb. Let. First service. Backhand sails wide, and it is triple game point to take a 5-1 lead here in the second set. Love 40. Duggan, second serve. You would think they would want to play these matches on the first and last court so as to avoid the balls spilling over. Call of out, that's a winner, and that's a 5-1 Hage lead here in what could be the deciding set if Duggan cannot find a way to stay alive. I think they're playing on those two courts because we're here taking up all this room on the third court. 1-1, O'Neill and Callahan in the boys' final. Here we have three-time defending champion Sarah Hage, serving for the second set, serving for the match, and serving for a 4-time ECC championship. This has been the side of the court where she has struggled with her serve. Second serve. And a quick double fault. This has been a problem for Hage all match. If anything, her serve has been the thing that's been letting her down, but on this side of the court, she has really struggled. Second serve. 15 all. As Duggan puts that one into the net. Be interesting. Hage experimented earlier in the match with just spinning in some first serves. Since she struggled so much on this side of the court, it'll be interesting if she just tries to get some first serves in here with a commanding 5-1 lead. Second serve. And a double fault. 15-30. Hage. Second serve. Drop shot goes into the net, 30 all.
Sorry, Grace, here we go.
Okay.
Hage 2 points away from becoming the 4-time ECC girls singles champion. Let first service. Break point for Duggan in her effort to stave off elimination and have this match continue. Duggan breaks Hage. It's 5-2. They'll switch sides, and Duggan will serve to try to stay in the match as we look at a live look-in of the boys' match between number 1 seeded Tucker Callahan and number 2 seed Brady O'Neill. O'Neill is in the near court. Callahan serving. I don't know if it's the lack of sound or not, but it just seems like the boys are so much more nonchalant and casual. Just watching their body language. Just kind of standing and flicking it back and forth. Almost like they're just practicing with each other, hanging, but this is the ECC tennis championships for the boys. Callahan working O'Neill's backhand. Callahan clearly trying to move O'Neill around a little bit. O'Neill and Callahan engaged in quite a rally.
Play the game.
And that one sailed long from Callahan, and O'Neill wins the point. We'll bring it back over to the girls as Grace Duggan will be serving. Trailing 5-2 in the second, already trailing 1 set to Love. She will serve in the near court to try to continue the match versus Sarah Hage. 15 love. Second serve for Duggan. An uncharacteristic double fault for Duggan, and it's love 30.
Love 30.
Long again, and this is the side of the court where we've seen both players struggle. Wind obviously a factor. Second serve, Duggan. And a double fault for Duggan. Triple match point here for Hage.
Love 40.
And there it is. Sarah Hage with a dominating 6-1, 6-2 victory over Grace Duggan. Hage is your 4-time ECC Girls Champion. A perfect sheet for Hage. And here her friends come, her tennis teammates, to congratulate her on an incredible victory today, 4 straight. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back with a live interview with Sarah Hage and check in on the boys' final as well. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce though. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Go over to patreon.com/theday and sign up to make a small recurring contribution. Think of it as a tip to the Game Day crew for what they do. Want to show your support in a more visible way? Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
Well, as we head into a brand new season on Game Day, we want something brand new to come to all of you as well. Game Day launching its merchandise store for the first time. Now, as you know, greatness has no off-season, and Game Day has no off-season either. We're always working to provide you the best we can do, and that includes great merch. So come on into the merchandise store for Game Day. As the season progresses, who knows who's going to say what that'll make it onto the next Game Day t-shirt. Find out in the merch store. Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe. History made today at the ECC Girls Tennis Championships as Waterford's Sarah Hage becomes a 4-time ECC champion, a perfect slate. First, let's just start there. What's going through your mind right now? 4 straight championships.
I honestly like cannot even believe this is real. Like, it's so crazy because I know on our way here on the bus, I was thinking back to my first ECC championship and how it took 3 hours and 17 minutes and how I was just so happy to win that one. And I was on my way here and I'm like, wow, if you would have told me that I would have been playing in my 4th final when I was a freshman, I don't know if I would have believed it. So it's honestly just so unbelievable. It feels amazing though because, you know, I know I've worked hard for this. I've been playing for so many years and you know, playing on the Waterford tennis courts. I never thought that I'd, you know, never lose a match on those courts and that I'd never lose a match in the ECC. So it honestly feels so special. And I'm so proud of myself and of everyone who's helped me get here.
Let's talk a little bit about your rivalry with Grace Duggan. You know, you beat her in 3 sets last year. She got a little closer this year. You beat her both times, but again, 3 sets. Coming in, we were talking about, you know, she inched closer each time. Would she have enough to kind of overcome? And instead, 6-1, 6-2, you really put her away quickly. To just talk about, you know, the history of you two playing together.
Yeah, no, I mean, every single time we've played, honestly, whether it was last year or this year in the regular season, it was always so close. It was always like 6-4, you know, 3 sets, something like that. Yeah, no, today I just kind of tried to play my game and I tried to not feel nervous. I know every other time I might have been a little nervous. I might have let my nerves get to me and kind of affect the way I play. But today I honestly just played like I had nothing to lose. I took risks. I tried to try stuff that I haven't tried before. I tried to play more strategically. And I just tried to not be afraid. And I just went out there and I tried stuff that I might not have tried when I played her in the regular season. And I think that's what worked today. And I honestly just, you know, tried to play no mercy and try to honestly just play my game today and go out there and not be afraid to hit.
Let's talk a little bit about your strategy, because one of the things that I noticed today, in all of sports, getting into a rhythm is very important. It seemed like you made a conscious effort to never let her get into a rhythm. When it seemed like you were going to take pace off the ball, you hit the ball with pace. When it seemed like you were going to be moving her side to side, you went in a different direction. It never seemed like you gave her 2 looks the same way. Was that a conscious choice for you?
It was. One thing that I was thinking about before playing this match, I was like, okay, I just got to hit the ball left and right. I can't hit the ball in the middle. You know, no matter who I'm playing, whether it's Grace or any other opponent, I mean, the worst thing you can do is hit it in the middle, you know, make it easy for them to take control of the point. I just tried to play more offensively today. I tried to hit hard. I wasn't afraid of hitting drop shots, of hitting angles, even if they might go out. And yeah, no, that kind of moving the ball around was definitely intentional. And I think it's definitely something that I've been trying to work on, and it was really effective today.
Now, in the middle of the match, after the first set, we had an official came in to make calls, and immediately you got called for a foot fault. And you made a decision there to change your strategy, at least the beginning, and go to a more safe serve to get it in, and then sort of ease your way back in. And it seemed like on this side of the court, both of you had a real problem with the serve. So just talk a little bit about making an adjustment in the middle like that and how the wind affected you today.
Yeah, no, so I mean, I think the footfall thing, definitely nothing I've ever had a problem with. You know, this was kind of the first time that it's ever been a problem. But it is something I've been trying to work on over the offseason, trying to not get too close to the line when I'm hitting the serve. Sometimes I accidentally do because I don't really look at my feet when I go up to serve. So honestly, when that happened, I just tried to take a step back. And the wind was definitely affecting the ball on the serve today. It was definitely kind of making it go where I didn't want it to go. When I tossed it, I could kind of see it kind of moving, and that kind of made me kind of mad because I was like, oh, you know, the wind is just kind of being annoying. But I just tried to hit like a safer serve, like you said. I tried to just get it in, maybe try to hit it like a little more angled, just so it's not like directly in the middle. But I definitely tried to put a little more spin on it, and just tried to get it in because, you know, the wind and the footfall, you know, both things that I'm thinking about. I tried to just relax, just tried to breathe it and hit it. But those were definitely affecting the serve today. But I still, you know, pulled through and made it work.
Now, it's a very individual sport. You're out here by yourself, but as soon as you won, you were mobbed by friends and teammates. Just talk a little bit about the Waterford team and what that meant for you.
Yeah, honestly, it means so much because these girls have been coming to my matches ever since my freshman year. They were here during my match my freshman year. They've been here every year since. It's honestly so special because they support me so much and they believe in me so much. And, you know, sometimes it's hard when you have the other team cheering when you make a mistake or when you double fault. But, you know, they're always there right behind me and they're always, you know, believing in me and telling me that I can do it. And I'm just such good friends with them and they're honestly like family to me. And it's so special to be able to celebrate this 4th ECC win with them. It honestly means so much, and their support honestly means so much, and I wouldn't have done it without them.
What's the next goal?
The next goal is honestly to try and play in college. I'm going to be going to UConn next year, so I'm hoping to try out for the team. But tennis is definitely going to be a lifelong sport for me. I'm really excited to kind of take advantage of any opportunity. I'm going to keep playing always. I really hope that I can kind of make fundraiser tournaments with tennis. I hope that I can coach or something like that, because it's honestly had such a huge impact on my life. And competing in tennis has taught me so many lessons, and has honestly changed me as a person. And so I'm really excited to keep playing, keep competing, and just take advantage of any opportunity that comes my way.
Well, no matter what happens moving forward, the one thing that will always remain, 4-time ECC girls champion, a mark left on the ECC. Sarah Hage of Waterford, not a 1, not a 2, not a 3, but a 4-peat. Perfect high school career.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Go over to patreon.com/theday and sign up to make a small recurring contribution. Think of it as a tip to the Game Day crew for what they do. Want to show your support in a more visible way? Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
Game Day is a production of The Day Publishing Company. If you'd like to support Game Day and help us continue to bring you the best in Connecticut high school sports, please consider purchasing a print or digital subscription to The Day at theday.com/subscribe. So we're looking in live at the ECC boys final between Brady O'Neill and Tucker Callahan. Callahan, the #1 seed, rushing the net. O'Neill in the far court, and Callahan puts that volley into the net. O'Neill won the first set, and we'll be efforting a score to get you up to date with where they are. 6-3, O'Neill won that first set. Both players, of course, from Stonington High School, and the match here live on Stonington High School at their familiar court. If you're just joining us, Sarah Hage of Waterford, a 4-time ECC champion, perfect slate, never lost a match in her high school career in the ECCs, and put on quite a show today against Grace Duggan of Stonington. But the Stonington doubles, and both boys and girls, won by Stonington teams because it was Stonington teams in the finals. So it was a dominated day from Stonington. There will be a Stonington boys winner. Both doubles winners will be from Stonington. But the day belongs to Sarah Hage, 4-time ECC champion. There's Callahan and O'Neill. Callahan in the near court in the white shoes, and O'Neill on the far court in the black shoes. Otherwise, they are both in the Stonington uniform, white shorts, brown top. Callahan with the serve.
He hit a serve.
And the backhand sails wide from Callahan.
Break.
We will get a score, up-to-date score of this match as soon as possible. That game clearly went to O'Neill as they are about to switch sides. Of course, they switch sides after every odd game, so Callahan will head to the far court. O'Neill will head to the near court, which means that the score of this second set is an odd number. We'll figure out what that odd number is as soon as possible. The crowd not dispersing as they're sticking around for the boys' match. Of course, Sarah Hage, again, 4-time champion. 5:30 over at the baseball field, the Stonington boys baseball team in a first-round ECC matchup versus Bacon Academy. Stonington, the 6th seed in the Division II tournament. Stonington, the 3 seed in the Division II tournament, and the 6th-seeded Bobcats will take on shortly at 5:30 here at Stonington High School. So a lot going on. O'Neill with the serve here in the boys' match. And the volley goes into the net as Callahan wins the point. Brady O'Neill, the number 2 seed, beat Giari Peng of East Lyme, 6-3, 6-3 to get here. Into the net, Callahan with the point again. O'Neill beat Peng, Callahan beat AJ Arana, 6-3, 6-3, both East Lyme. So the 2 Stonington players beat the 2 East Lyme players. In the boys' side of things, doubles-wise, Sam Lund and Chase Donnarummo of Stonington were taking on Morgan Fisher and Nick Souza of Fitch. So 3 of the 4 doubles teams from Stonington. The Fitch team of Fisher and Souza. O'Neill approaches, rushes the net, and gets the point against Callahan. O'Neill in the near court. Already up 1-0. Serving here in set number 2. Serves long, second serve for O'Neill. And a double fault. So it's 3-2 O'Neill in the second set, and O'Neill is serving, having already won the first set, 6-3. So O'Neill's serving here, huge service game for O'Neill. If he could go up 4-2, he'd be in position for a straight set win over Tucker Callahan. A little drop shot from O'Neill. And that wins the point as Callahan sends it long. Callahan went with the drop shot. O'Neal approaches the net, and that one sails long. On the line, and nice volley. That's out. So O'Neal, we just joined this game in progress, so we don't know exactly. It's either his advantage or it's 40-30. O'Neal with a good backhand there. O'Neal swerving around the forehand, and Callahan got him going one way, put him back the other way for the winner. So if O'Neal's still serving, that means we're at deuce. So we're at deuce. So 3-2 O'Neal serving at deuce. I think that was called out from Callahan, which means O'Neal would be serving, and would be advantage Callahan. But we don't know for sure, so apologize if I'm wrong. Approaching the net, Callahan. And a beautiful winner from Callahan. And that's going to make it 3-all in the second set as Tucker Callahan breaks O'Neal's serve. And it is 3-3 in set number 2. O'Neal leading 1-0 in the ECC Boys Tennis Championship. Sarah Hage of Waterford already with her 4th straight ECC championship. So Callahan to serve in the far court. Callahan with the serve. And out. 50 and love, Callahan. O'Neal with the shot trying to bring Callahan to the net, but Callahan stays back, both preferring ground strokes. Here comes Here's another attempt from O'Neill to bring Callahan to the net. It succeeds this time, and a winner from Callahan. Callahan serving in the far court. That one sails long from O'Neill, so Callahan on a little bit of a run right now as he tied it up 3-3 and serving to go ahead 4-3 in the second set. Oh, nice job, O'Neill barely getting to that one. Callahan mixing the pace up. And that forces O'Neill into the net. And that's going to put O'Neill on top 4-3 here in the second set as they switch sides. So we'll take a minute while they switch sides before we come back. 4-3 in the second set, trailing 1-0. Tucker Callahan and Brady O'Neill in the ECC Tennis Championships.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Go over to patreon.com/theday and sign up to make a small recurring contribution. Think of it as a tip to the Game Day crew for what they do. Want to show your support in a more visible way? Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
Callahan in the near court, up 4-3 in the second set. O'Neill in the far court, black shoes into the net, and Callahan's on a little bit of a run right now. He came back and tied it at 3. He was down 3-2. He tied it at 3 and then broke O'Neill to go up 4-3, and looking to break O'Neill again here in set number 2. $15 Callahan. It's not 15 love because we're of where Callahan just served from. So it's either 15 all or 30 love. We missed 1 point. I apologize. We'll get you up to date as soon as possible. Of course, the difference between 30 love and 15 all is a pretty big difference, so we're not going to hazard a guess, but that one sails long, point O'Neill. So it's either 15 all or, excuse me, it's either 15-30 or 30-15. Kind of a big difference, but we don't know that we don't know. So now it's either 30 all or 40-15, which we will know after this point which one it is. Apologize for not knowing, but obviously we were covering the live girls game. We've pivoted over to the boys action and are doing so without the ability to hear them with live scoring. Second serve for O'Neill. Mistake there by Callahan. So the fact that O'Neill is still serving makes me want to say that it is 40-30 O'Neill serving. Beautiful volley at the net for Callahan. That should get us to deuce. I think we're good now with the score here, 4-3. Callahan and deuce in the game. Unforced error there by Callahan. He's frustrated with himself. Advantage O'Neill. O'Neill looking to hold serve and get back 4-4. This is the second set. That appears like he will have done it. Yep, 4-4 here in the second set. Brady O'Neill holds serve, and Tucker Callahan will serve from the near court. We're all knotted at 4. Callahan with the serve, near court. Wearing the white shoes. And good start for Callahan. Say the body language of the boys is very different than the body language of the girls. Second serve from Callahan. Trading of backhands between the two players. Now finally Callahan decides to try to come forehand, and he hits that one long. So 15 all. Gonna bring in Peter Wappy here for a second.
Oh, only a second?
As long as I can keep you around. Just give me your impressions visually of what you see as the difference between what we're seeing from the boys and what we saw from the girls.
So I kind of agree with you that the boys look a little bit more casual than the girls did.
How much of that do you think might be a function of being teammates and practicing with each other, you know, being so familiar with one another?
I mean, 100%.
15-30.
That was a point for who? I'm trying to keep score.
I believe that was O'Neill's point. It appeared to be a double fault by Callahan.
It doesn't help me keeping score that they're dressed almost exactly the same.
Shoes is the only difference I can tell from a distance. O'Neill has the black shoes on, but yeah, I mean, just the body language. The boys seem very content in just kind of, you know, rallying back and forth, hitting to the middle. We haven't seen a lot of aggressive play from the boys. The girls seem much more aggressive with their line. Callahan has done a fabulous job at the net, though. He does seem much more adept at the net. 30-all.
Yeah, my wonder is it hard to get psyched up for a championship match when it's a guy you practice with every day, a guy you ride the bus to meets, to matches. You're hanging out in the halls with him every day, and it's like all of a sudden he goes from friend and teammate to competitor. I wonder, is it difficult to make that mental switch?
And on your home court, so it's literally like every day you're out here practicing, and then oh, by the way, this one's real. It's like almost like, you know, trying to turn the button, or push a button rather. Callahan has had a lot of success at the net, but that time O'Neill got him.
I kind of noticed the same thing over here with the girls, that Hage and Duggan, I mean, they seem to really want to win. Both of them looked pretty intense. And over on the doubles court, which was Stonington against Stonington, they looked like they were just kind of out there hitting, and there was friendly banter going on. It didn't seem like they were really like at each other's throats.
No, I heard, oh, nice shot, like with that tone, like, you know, like really friendly. But I think you know, there's a history with Duggan and Hage as well. You know, that these guys are teammates. At deuce. And this is a big service game here for O'Neill, obviously, to try to break Callahan. Or did we just see advance? Yeah, okay. Very content putting the ball just kind of in play. So O'Neill hits it into the net. And that means that Callahan has gone up 5. Nope, he'll have advantage, which put him on this side. So advantage Callahan, trying to go up 5-4 here in the second set. Second serve. I think the other thing I noticed was that the girls seem to have such precise footwork and mechanics. It does not feel the same. It feels like the boys are a little more nonchalant about that. I feel like Hage in particular was so focused on her footwork and fundamentals. I'm not sure what the adjective that I would want to use about these rallies between the two boys, but they seem very content with the rallies. Back to deuce. serving near court, or a little towel break probably. So. So advantage O'Neill as that one sailed long from Callahan. And back to deuce. Although I'm saying no. I'm evidently no. So we had it wrong, and Callahan jumped on top 5-4. They're going to switch sides. We're going to make sure that that's right, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Go over to patreon.com/theday and sign up to make a small recurring contribution. Think of it as a tip to the Game Day crew for what they do. Want to show your support in a more visible way? Hit up our merch store and pick up some game day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community, and if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.